dirty. Filthy. Nasty. Nasty. Too dirty to clean my act up.
Not only does this song describe how early American streets looked, but also marks a time in my life when I fell in love with Christina Aguilera. As cities grew because of the industrial jobs, so did the challenge of trying to keep them clean. Horse manure is going to pile up in the streets. Sewage is going to flow into open gutters. Factories are going to spew out black smoke and pollute the water and the air. With a lack of dependable trash collection, people would just dump their garbage in the streets and it began to pile up. Unpaved roads and trash made transportation a nightmare in most cities. In 1900, many cities developed sewer lines, created sanitation departments, and had the task of providing hygienic living conditions for many of the people in urban areas. With the garbage off the street, it's going to pave the way, the pun is definitely intended, to mass transit systems. You're going to start to see streetcars in San Francisco in 1873. In Boston, they're going to put in an electric subway system in 1897. But all of these transportation systems put into many American cities are going to allow large numbers of people to move to and from work and not have to live so close to the city. Just like Mrs. O'Leary's cow, we didn't start the fire either. But almost every major American city during the 1870s and 1880s experienced large-scale fires. The limit on water availability, the fact that everything was made of wood and closely put together, the use of candles and kerosene for both heat and light all played a role in these major cities having fires that would spread throughout almost the entire city. Even natural disasters like in San Francisco would lead to the outbreak of fires. Here you also have some statistics on the Great Chicago Fire. Due to the factors that we just mentioned, you can see the amount of damage, people that died, the estimated buildings that were destroyed, and how much money it was going to cost the cities to rebuild. You can see how large scale these fires actually were. Near the beginning, most firefighters were volunteer and didn't have the amount of water or the type of equipment they needed to put out some of these large scale fires. So the implementation of full-time firefighters and some of the machines that you see here pulled by some of the carriages are going to be used to put out the fires, pumps, and getting the water readily available so they can use these to help contain and control the fires. We're also going to see the implementation of sprinkler systems put into some of the newer buildings. Also, when buildings are made of concrete, steel, brick, those kind of materials, it's going to be less likely that they're going to be lit on fire and then spread as far as they were.